Hello friends and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Allie and I am the founder of Aquarian Soul, the original crystal-infused apothecary and author of Plant Magic for the Beginner Witch and Herbs and Crystals DIY. My channel is all about herbs, crystals, plants, and magic. In today's video, I will be sharing with you my recipe for money oil. Call it prosperity, abundance, money, wealth, whatever your word for money is, this oil will help call in that money to you. It will have money flowing to you for whatever purpose you need it for. You can use it in rituals for starting a new business, bringing more money into your business, even for paying off an urgent bill that you need to take care of, getting a promotion at work, or simply for just bringing in more money into your life. So let's get started. The first ingredient you'll need is citrine, and citrine is a great stone for manifestation. It carries the energy of the sun, creativity, and imagination, so it's a great stone if you're using this oil for a creative business idea or a job. It might also bring you fresh new ideas on how to make money. Citrine not only helps you attract financial prosperity, but it also helps you hold on to this money long term. Green aventurine is another classic money drawing stone. It is known as the stone of opportunity. It not only aids in manifesting prosperity and wealth, but it's also a good luck charm, helping tilt the odds in your favor, whether it's a job interview, some kind of competition, or even a first date. If you've had a lot of obstacles or negative associations with money, or even difficulty holding on to money, aventurine helps break down those old negative patterns to help you grow and shift your thinking in order to call in that money that you need. The third stone you will need is pyrite. Pyrite is known as fool's gold, and it's ruled by the sun, so it helps instill that same confidence and strength that bright sun energy helps give you. And in this case, for this oil, it helps you feel the power within yourself to help draw that prosperity to you. It helps stimulate ideas and potential within yourself that you might not have realized was there. You're also going to need 3 small gold candles, and these are just some chime candle size, but if you have bigger taper candles, you can use those as well. And you're also going to need a green candle of some sort. I'm just using this votive candle, but if you have, again, a taper candle or something else, that's perfectly fine to use. And you're also going to need some mica powder. This is actually optional. I'm using this sort of gold bronze color, but if you had some gold or green mica powder, you can also use that. You're also going to need a small jar or bottle of your choice, and lastly, some sunflower oil. As always, I like to start off by cleansing the area where I'm going to be doing my working, whether that's the kitchen table or wherever you're going to be doing this. And I'm also going to cleanse the jar itself, including the lid and the inside and outside of the jar. And here I'm using a piece of Palo Santo, but there's no particular reason for that. I just happen to have it laying around. But you could also use some of the same herbs over a charcoal disc that we're using for this, or some money drawing incense. The first herb you're going to add is orange peel. And orange peel is also associated with the sun, with confidence, strength. It's also considered a herb of good fortune and good luck, and you can grind your herbs in a mortar and pestle, or you can add them in whole, but I just think that every step that you do helps enchant and add in that extra energy. And then you're going to add in some lemongrass, and lemongrass is a classic road opener herb, meaning it'll break down any obstacles, open up the path, and clear it for you in order to draw in that prosperity. And this lemongrass came from my garden, so herbs that are grown in your garden, when you dry them, they don't always crisp up super dry unless you leave them out. But if you have them in a jar, they tend to stay sort of pliable, let's say. So this wasn't easily ground in my mortar, so I'm just crushing it a little bit between my fingers to break it up, just a tiny bit. Next, we'll be adding in bay leaves, and I'm just going to add in 3 bay leaves here. If you're working with magical numbers, you can use 5, 7, and if you have the kind that's already cut, when you're buying herbs, if it says cut and sifted, that just means it's in little pieces, so you could add in 3, 5, 7 pinches instead of using the whole leaves. And while bay leaves have a lot of different magical uses, it's one of those all-purpose herbs, I like to call them. But in this case, we're using bay laurel for its good luck, manifestation, wish fulfillment. Next is peppermint, and peppermint has long been used in money and prosperity spells. It is also said if you keep a peppermint leaf in your wallet, it will help keep attracting money to you. And peppermint also has healing and purification properties, so if you're using this to heal from any negative associations with money or attracting money, this is a perfect herb for you to use. If you buy dried herbs, most likely the peppermint won't come whole like this. I mean, 99% of the time it comes already ground up for you. So you don't need to do this step, but if you grow your own peppermint or you know somebody who grows it in their yard, you can dry it yourself. Just hang it upside down for a few weeks until it's crispy. Or you can even buy peppermint from your grocery store in the refrigerated section where they keep the herbs, and then dry that yourself. That works perfectly fine. Allspice is ruled by the element of fire in the planet of Mars. It is oftentimes burned as an incense to attract luck and money. Allspice increases your determination, strength, and willpower, so it's quite helpful in this oil to recognize the personal power you hold within yourself. Mars herbs are ones that bring your desires and ideas into manifestation through exertion and physical energy. So if you need extra money and drive to help generate income, you can use Mars herbs like allspice in combination with Jupiter-ruled herbs, and Jupiter is traditionally the planet of prosperity and wealth, so you can combine those to get more drive and power behind your money making. And the next herb I'm going to be adding is pine needles, and I didn't mention this in the ingredients in the beginning of the video because my original recipe calls for pine resin, but I know that's a little more difficult to find, and you can also substitute pine needles. Pine is not necessarily a traditional money herb, but pine is used for cleansing and protection. So whether you're using the needles, the pine cone, the seeds, the bark, any part of the pine tree is highly useful for protection. And in this case, we're using it to protect the money we have, to hold on to it, to protect your job position, whatever your personal use for this oil is. And next, you're going to add in frankincense. And I like to add frankincense to a lot of my oils and powders and sachets because frankincense has just that really high vibrational energy. It helps draw things in quicker, helps aid in manifestation. It's just a really great power boost to add into any oil. Here I'm going to be adding in the pine resin, and like I said, if you don't have pine resin, you can add in just the pine needles or the pine bark if you have access to that, some pine twigs. But I got this pine from a pinon pine on a little road trip I had a few years ago. And this one is very fresh, as you can see. It's very pliable and moldable. So you can add in just a little pinch of this if you have it. It really makes oil smell fantastic. Honeysuckle is a Jupiter-ruled herb, and Jupiter helps us increase our income by making the appropriate changes in our life, by opening our minds up to new ideas that will sort of show us how and where to apply our energy. They help anyone who is a little bit more financially irresponsible make the necessary changes in your priorities and your ideals to help balance those finances and help draw that money in. And next, you're going to add in cinnamon, and cinnamon is warming, fast-acting. For the purposes of this particular money oil, cinnamon is going to help draw that money in quickly and with ease. The next thing you'll need is star anise, and star anise is excellent for bringing in luck, prosperity, and it's also great for personal power. I actually have a little spell in my book, Plant Magic, for a star anise necklace that just helps aid in recognizing your own personal power in order to manifest what you want. And that's what we're using it for in this oil. And then I forgot to add in the ingredients in the beginning, but you're going to need some magnetic sand, and this magnet will attract money, prosperity, wealth to you just like a magnet would. These last few things are totally optional, but this is my personal money oil that I use, so I just like to use it, add it to mine, and I'm adding dragon's blood oil. I'm also adding some black cat oil, which I like to use for good luck, and it has a lot of the same herbs used in this oil in addition to a few others. And I'm also going to add in some road opening oil, and road opening oil is going to be very important for you if you feel like you've just been blocked in making money. If you have a business or something that was once generating a lot of income and now it's slowed down or stagnant, this will help unblock anything that's in your path. And you can also add in some mica powder. Usually I'm not really fond of adding in any ingredients that aren't just straight herbs, but it actually makes the oil really beautiful. And if you have some gold or green mica powder, it'll actually look a lot nicer, and those are more traditional money colors, but all I had was the bronze mica powder left over from a project that I'm no longer working on, so that's why I used bronze, but it also works, and it looks just really beautiful floating in the bottle. And then add in your crystals. I have some little pyrite chunks, but if you have just one bigger piece, you can also use that. That's just what I happen to have. And then add in your sunflower oil, making sure to cover up all the herbs. And since they're dried, it's not as important since they're not fresh, but, you know, better safe than sorry. And this is what your finished oil looks like. As you can see, the mica powder is not quite mixed in yet, but when I shake it up, you'll see how pretty it looks. And I might have added in a bit too much because it was really pigmented, but maybe if you're making your oil, just add in a small pinch of mica powder. It should be not so opaque as mine is when I mixed it up, but it still looks really beautiful. And this last thing I forgot to include before I burned my candles, but you can also use money. You can actually get from the, I forget what it's called, some kind of governmental money agency, whoever prints our money. If you guys know what that's called, put that down below. I can't think of it right now. You can get some shredded used money that's no longer used, that's out of print. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, or you can simply add in your own dollar bill, $5 bill. I don't know if you want to put in anything, a denomination greater than that into your oil, but it doesn't matter. It still has the same energy of money drawing. So I just ran this dollar through some smoke to just cleanse it. You can also wash it because you don't know how many hands have touched that money. Just cleanse it, put some Florida water on it, and then I just rubbed in a little bit of dragon's blood oil. Not necessary since you're already putting in the oil, but every little step just adds in that extra energy. And now you're going to charge your oil. I like to put a green candle right on top, and then these 3 gold candles, I like to put them in a pyramid formation. And I started doing this after I saw some money rituals in an old grimoire, an old ceremonial magic book. And I just thought that that pyramid shape was just really powerful in order to draw in and manifest that money. So anytime I make money oils, I like to do that pyramid formation. And gold is very symbolic of riches, wealth, money, coins. And green obviously is a traditional color for money drawing. So I like to use all these candles. But if you only have a single gold candle, a single green candle, you can even use yellow. Or if you're, just doing this for the first time, you don't have access to a lot of supplies, if you just have one white candle, you can substitute white for anything that you're doing. And believe me, it'll work. It's all about your intention. I just like doing things my own way, but everybody, once you learn and you practice more, you have your own way of doing things. So let me know down below how you like this video, if you ended up making this money oil. Did it work for you? Did you substitute anything? What your favorite herbs or crystals for money drawing are? And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!